Hey guys, Andre here. So today is the first video of 30. This will be like a series of 30 mixing tips for the next 30 days. Today is about the kick drum, but we'll go all the way up to the vocals. And so if you don't want to miss any of these tips, just hit the subscribe button. And by the way, you can download these multi-tracks in the link in the description. So without further ado, let's jump to the talk. Okay, so I'll be showing you two songs just to show you that the processing that I usually use on my kick drum, it's usually the same. At least the same plugin, so it can change this or that depending on the song and the genre, but it's usually in the same ballpark. And so let's start with this one. And so here's how it sounds in context.
Part of me was stuck in the past.
And here's the kick. Okay, so let me disable this processing just so you hear how the raw kick drum sound. So for start, the volume is lower, of course, but it definitely sounds really thinner. So the first thing I did here was to use, as always, an SSL channel strip. And usually the frequencies that I boost and cut are pretty much always in the same ballpark. 8K is almost mandatory. It sounds good on everything. Then I usually boost 2.5K and sometimes 4K or around 4K depending on the sound that I want. A cut around 400, 500 Hz, and this really depends on the kick drum. Sometimes I cut around 250 Hz and use another EQ to cut around 800 Hz, but this one was enough in this case, and a boost around 60 Hz. And so this is the first stage of the processing. Let me show you the difference without and with. And of course, there's the compression tool, which I set to be after the EQ. And you can do this by clicking here, channel out. And let me show you the difference again. So clearly you can hear more low end, more attack, more punchy because of the compressor. And by the way, I usually set the compressor first and then I EQ, because it sounds different. If you first do the EQ and then you add the compressor, you will probably need to retweak the EQ again. And just to show you the difference here between the 2.5K and the 4K, let me show you. So it can be more clicky at around 4K or more mid-rangey, which I like it more for this song. It really depends on the song and the kick, of course, and I do this in context. So when I'm tweaking the EQ, I usually do it listening all the song. Now let me show you this processing from Slate Digital, because this is kind of, I don't want to call it secret weapon, but it really makes a difference. Let's hear it out and I will turn it on. So much more punchier, loads of low end. The sound is more rounder, and it sounds great. That is to me, of course. So just to show you what this does, let me turn off this, because this virtual channel alone does a lot for the low end. Check this out. So loads of low end, and that happens if you select the Neve console emulation. Because they all sound different, and the Neve is the one with more low end, but this really depends on the kick drum. And I'll show you in the next song that I didn't use the Neve here. Then this revival is just fantastic, because you can add thickness and this shimmer. And with the thickness you are adding around 8 Hz, to my ears 60 to 80 Hz, and the shimmer is 8K for sure. So let me show you what this does. So lots of energy, and it starts rounding the sound of the kick. And then this custom series sounds really good on snares too. And the revival too is really great for snares. The shimmer is fantastic for the snare. And just listen what this custom series is doing. Oh, loads of low end again. But a good low end is kind of control, and it sounds fantastic. And again, the difference without and with. Again, it's quite a big difference. And you can use this in any genre. it just works. Just need to tweak to fit your own mix. Now, if you're not using the Slate Digital subscription, or if you don't own this plugin, there's more saturation plugins that can do the job. For instance, you can use the Magma Little Tube from Waves, and let's hear what it does. So a lot of low end too. And so again, in context, I will turn off the Slate Digital and I will turn it on again.
It's been part of me was stuck in the past. No, I'm no more. It's been
This plugin lives in my kick bus. So let me show you the other song. And so just to show you that my process is pretty much always the same. Actually, I'm using another SSL channel strip here, but still SSL channel strip, a different compressor, and I'll show you why. And again, the same plugins from Slate Digital. So let me show you in context first. And so as you can see, I'm not using the Neve style console emulation. It's the 4K here, just because this kick didn't need all the low end that comes with the Neve emulation. And so here's the kick without any processing. Enters the SSL channel strip. Now, the reason I used a different compressor here was because I wanted a fast attack. And on the SSL channel strip, we can tweak the attack. It's either fast attack or slow attack. Here's what it's doing. And then again, and let me show you the difference. Let's hear without and with. So again, a lot fuller, warmer, and rounder sounding. I think this is a killer combination of plugins from Slate Digital to add to your kick drum. But just to show you more options, if you don't have this plugin, well, if you don't have this one, you probably don't have this one too. But if you use the tape from Slate Digital, you will get a lot of low end too. Let me show you. So a lot of low end. And the Magma BB tubes, again, great plugin for a lot of things. So let me show you what it does without. So again, warmer and a lot of low end. A lot of different options. I usually use the Slate Digital here, but it really depends on the source. And again, in context, sounds like this. And that's it for today. I hope this video can help you out in your own mixes, and I see you in the next one. Cheers!